on the verge here of having the Stadium Series out at MetLife. I know this is big because you have 2 games in 1 week. How are the preparations going so far? And how are you feeling about the weather?
Well, other than a little snowstorm yesterday, I understand preparations are going very, very well. Our people are excited, pumped, and it's going to be a great 2 days.
You look at this year, all 4 teams still in the playoff mix here. How important is that, and how much value does that bring to the Stadium Series?
Actually, it was something we talked about this morning internally. It's great that there are going to be 2 games that are very meaningful in the standings, and that always means a good game or good games, as the case may be. So we think that's fantastic.
And how special is it going to be to see MetLife turn into Stadium Series Park?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool for me personally. I'm a Jersey kid, so I grew up in New Jersey, and hockey was always my favorite sport here, and I've seen it grow. And I saw the Devils come in 1982 and win their Stanley Cups. I lived through the Islanders dynasty in the early 80s. I happen to be a Ranger fan, so I saw 1 Stanley Cup. But in any event, so it's great that we can bring NHL hockey home to New Jersey and to play 2 games at an iconic football stadium. We expect more than 140,000 people over 2 days, which is in a less than 24-hour period. So it's really exciting.
Can you give any tip on celebrities that may be coming to the game?
I'm not up on the celebrities, but somebody here is, and they can give you. The Jonas Brothers obviously will be performing on Saturday night. A couple other bands as well, but the Jonas Brothers, New Jersey, born and bred. So excited to see them for sure.
Bill, your thoughts on the stadium itself and the venue and the viewpoints and the sightlines?
Well, it's I think this will be our 26th game in a football venue. Football venue logically creates better sightlines for our hockey games. From what I understand here, this is a big stadium, but from what I understand here, the sightlines are really, really good, and people are going to, I think, be surprised with how good they are. We're looking forward to it.
What does a weekend like this do for new fans coming to the game?
Well, I think this will be by the time we finish the 2 games this weekend, I think we'll have played 41 outdoor games. Obviously, that includes a segment of Winter Classic games, which are more national in appeal. Our Stadium Series has been very, very successful in introducing new people and new fans to the game in local markets. And I think, obviously, here in New York, you have the New York area, have 3 New York area teams, in Philadelphia, not too far away. And I think it'll be great you'll have a lot of youth hockey players here, a lot of youth hockey coaches. The hockey infrastructure in New Jersey will have an opportunity to celebrate this weekend. So I think it's great for growing the fandom of the game.
Bill, not sure if you're the one to really ask about this, but I think the one thing a lot of fans have been curious about is the rollout of the jerseys and the merchandise. I guess what kind of went into the decision there to kind of do it just a couple weeks before the game itself, and are there plans to restock some of the jerseys that a lot of Devils fans haven't been able to get them?
Yeah, I think obviously you always try to do the best you can given the circumstances. We were facing tight timelines after making the decisions we made with respect to the Stadium Series, and we did the best we could getting the jerseys to unveil and then to market. And I do think we're going to try to do what we can to make sure that there's inventory available for fans.
Considering what the Devils have meant to this state over the years, particularly last year reaching the playoffs, how special do you think having the venue here is for Devils fans?
I think it's great for Devils fans. Obviously, they've participated in one of our outdoor games at Yankee Stadium, which I guess was about 10 years ago. But having it home in New Jersey, right near where they won 3 Stanley Cups, is not a bad place to be. And I know Marty Brodeur is here, and he'll be addressing you guys later, so he can talk more to that. But I think Devils fans are super excited about the opportunity to participate in this game. I have to thank, obviously, Devils ownership, David Blitzer and Josh Harris and Tad Brown and Jake Reynolds and Tom Fitzgerald for being open to to participate in the Stadium Series, and I know they're excited about it, and we're excited to have them.
And you know that rivalry they've had with the Flyers over the years. Do you expect an intense game? And if there's added snowflakes at some point in the evening, that would probably add to the element, huh?
I think so. I seem to remember a couple of really good competitive Devils Flyers games over the years, and given the standings of both teams now and what they're competing for, I expect the same.
Bill, most people look at this as kind of a novelty game, the outdoor game as opposed to an indoor rink. The fact that there are 4 teams, the Rangers are playing for a division title, the other 3 are just trying to get in the playoffs. I mean, does it add more to this whole series?
Well, we think it does, for sure. The games are very meaningful, and I haven't gone back through the other 39 games we played outdoors to see exactly how many were kind of playoff race type games, but to have 2 games kind of back to back on consecutive days, and that is kind of the first time we've done that with fans, where we have games in the same venue back to back. I think adds a big element of attraction to these games because they'll be very competitive.
Obviously, there's been a lot about the concerts, but what else is going to be going on around the games here?
Well, I think a lot of youth development activities around the games and a lot of festivals, and it'll be a festive atmosphere for the 3 days, or really 2+ days around here, and I know we have a lot of people working hard behind the scenes to create that experience for everybody who's going to be participating, and it's going to be something special.
You see the Devils playing back, in the Meadowlands too. Got to be another kind of special element to it, right across from where they used to play.
Little bit different, yeah, for sure. We that's kind of arena still sits there, but everybody kind of knows that what happened there over historically, and it'll be again that's a better question for Marty than it is for me, but I bet it'll be a little special.
Bill, just to clarify, I mean, I know Tahoe and Yankee Stadium both had 2 games. They were separated by a day or so?
So Tahoe was consecutive days, but there were no fans. So that's the distinction. Yankee Stadium were separated by a day. That year was one of the years we did more than 3. This is, I think, the 3rd year we've done more than 3 outdoor games in a single year. In 2014, we had done Dodger Stadium on Saturday. We did Yankee Stadium on Sunday, and then Yankee Stadium on Tuesday. So that was ambitious, but it was good.